The lengths in centimeters of 4 earthworms are modeled below. We have worm number 1, worm number 2, worm number 3, and worm number 4. Which list shows these lengths in order from greatest to least? Okay, greatest to least. That means that I want to make sure that we put the biggest numbers first and we save the smallest numbers for last. I'm going to write that reminder for myself. Big numbers first. The only problem right now is they didn't give me numbers, they gave me models. So the first thing I do should be to figure out what numbers match these models. Who can tell me, for worm number 1, what number would match this model that they gave us? What decimal are they showing me in model number 1, or for worm number 1, say? Alexa?
1.44.
Okay, 1.44. So let me write that on top of this. What about worm number 2? Who can tell me what decimal they're showing me for worm number 2? Christopher? Not for worm number 2. Worm number 2 is right here. What are they showing me for worm number 2, Christopher? Yeah, we were looking at a different one. 1.6. Okay, what about worm number 3? Jaylene? 1.4. And what about worm 4? Who can tell me what decimal are they showing me for worm 4? Jadine? Yeah, worm 4. 1.68. Okay. Now that I know my decimals, I can actually do my work. I've got 4 worms to compare. Which means I need to draw myself a line that has enough space for 4 numbers. Boop, 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 boop. 1.44, 1.6, 1.4, 1.68. Before I continue on with this problem, are there any problems? Is there anything wrong that I should fix right now before I continue? Christopher? There's blank spaces here, so I need to fill them in. You're right. Thank you for helping them out, Christopher. Okay. So let's go ahead and take our hands. Let's cover up the decimals. Do we see any differences? Jaylene?
No.
No, no differences. So I can't just use my whole numbers. I got to use the decimals. Remember, we want biggest numbers first. So which of these numbers is the biggest one? Which of my decimals is the biggest decimal? Kylie, what's the biggest one here? $1.68. So this should be first. Let's cross it out. All right. So we know that 1.68 is the biggest. Now I need the number that comes next. Violet, which one of these decimals that's left is the biggest one? 60. Okay, so this is the second one. All right, I've got 2. Which one would be third? Noah?
44.
44 is third, which means that 1.4 is fourth. Okay, so I know my order now. I know what order my numbers should be in. Let's go ahead and start checking my answer choices and seeing which ones are in the correct order. My first number needs to be 1.68. F, the first number is 1.44. I can cross it out. G, the first number is 1.68. That matches what I want. H, my first number is 1.6. Cross that out. And J, my first number is 1.4. That doesn't match. So only one of them has the right number to start with, and that would be answer choice G. The only one that can be right or that can have the worms in the correct order.